I'm over here thinking. Ah. Sometimes I wish I didn't, you know? But I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I like it because that's where I be getting my information. hmm That's where I be getting my information. You know what I'm saying? It comes in through my thoughts. So I was here thinking that I was watching. Sometimes I watch my own videos. Yes, I love myself that much. You should try it sometime. And I was looking at myself dancing because I did some other videos, before I posted that one because the music wasn't working on TikTok. But anyways, and I was looking at my little poochie. And I'm like, man, and then it starts the judgment and the criticism comes in, right? Like, oh, it should be flat. But then I'm like, but that's where my uterus is. Where is my uterus supposed to go if it's flat? Like if it doesn't have no type of where am I supposed to put my uterus? Where I hold my babies? So I'm like, no, I'm grateful for my poochie because I done created two whole humans. Two whole humans. And then on top of that, my body was right back to normal. Okay? So it's like you gotta learn to look at yourself with more compassion and more love. And trust me, I know it's hard because I came the way that I have judged myself and my body is, you can say mean. I have been mean to myself because that's how I grew up. Because as a child, I wasn't a big kid, but I wasn't a skinny kid either. I was always in the middle, like, like I guess you could call average or normal or whatever people call, fucking labels. But I was on the thicker side, or I guess you could call a skinny fat. I don't know. If you knew me, you know what I'm saying. But for my mother, that was always fat. So I was always, always on some type of diet, always on like trying to, like in high school, I wouldn't really eat food. I would almost eat salads almost every day, thinking that salads would would fucking help me lose the weight and whatnot, or keep me skinny. But did I really know what nutrition was? Because I was over here eating salads, putting all the fucking the dressing on there, and then when there wasn't enough dressing, I would add some mayo. You know what I'm saying, to get it, because dry lettuce to me at that time was grass. And while I love me some grass now, back in the day, I didn't. But that's what I would eat in high school to try to keep skinny. When I would come home from school, I would eat a tomato. I wouldn't eat as much. Like, I've literally punished myself, now that I'm seeing it, through food to try to please my mother with my physical appearance, because if I didn't look a certain way, it would reflect badly on her. All right. And everybody in my family would criticize people's weights. It was just a thing. It is a thing in that family, that the weight, how people look, the appearance means so much. And it's like, at a point in my life, I went up to all the way to 222 pounds. And this was also because before that, I had lost a lot of weight after having my children. And then it's like intimidating, I guess, to people. And because now that I'm like looking at it, my beauty, and it's like hard for me to say it, to like admit it, to say that I am beautiful, because it's like it makes people, yeah, like that. It makes people go like, oh, she thinks herself too much, or she's conceited, or you know what I mean? But why do I have to dim my light just to make you feel better? Like, you can do what I did too. I chose to, you chose not to. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, and at that time, it's like subconsciously, I put on all this extra weight to make people that were around me at the time comfortable, because if I was looking too good, it intimidated them. So I downplayed and I subconsciously sabotaged my looks to make people around me feel better, because at the time, who I was with, right, he was an insecure man. So me being too pretty and calling attention of other men made him insecure. So I needed to downplay my looks to make him feel more manly, I guess, or more secure, right? So then I lost, like, I was like, you know what, fuck this. And I started doing what I needed to do to lose the weight. And then again, it was like intimidating to people. And then so much so that subconsciously, even with me losing the weight, going to the gym, even that I wasn't doing it right. Like, because my body wasn't at its most tip-top point. But my point in all of this spiel is, you need to be able to see yourself as beautiful, no matter how it is that other people perceive you, because people are only really a reflection of your inner world. So if you on the inner criticize yourself and you say, you know what, excuse me, my hair needs to be thicker, or my face needs to be clearer, or my face, or whatever it is, don't even think about it. Or whatever you put on to yourself, on however you criticize yourself, whatever you judge yourself on, you are going to receive the reflection back at other people also judging and criticizing you. So like, for example, my poochie, that was something that was big for me, because I felt like it needed to be completely flat. And I had 2 babies, all right? So there's a little bit extra skin over there, especially because I was at 222 pounds and I lost 80 pounds. So there's a little bit of skin in there, you know? But I'm learning to love myself now. But in the past, because I criticized myself, other people would constantly look at me. My mother would look at my poochie every time I wore anything, like, for example, leggings and what, that's the first thing, the pooch. Or even my father's daughter constantly fucking criticizing me about the pooch, you know? And it's like, I be wanting to say, well, look at how you look, you know what I'm saying? But it's not even that. It's the fact that she's just showing me what I feel, or she was showing me what I felt about myself at that time. And it's like, now you can't tell me nothing, because every day I'm working on it. Every day I'm working on it, because I know that those limiting beliefs and those projections weren't mine. I grew up thinking that I needed to look a certain way. And I don't need to look a certain way, because nobody is the same. Even if there are body types that are the same, or facial features that may be similar, or body types that may be similar that aren't the same, because we are all different, okay? And there is no one set standard of beauty. Like, God created everything. And everything that God created, God said that it was good. So who is anybody else to come and tell you that you are not good? That you are not beautiful just as you are? That you need to add things to make you beautiful? If anything, whatever it is that you add, it enhances your already bestowed, God-given, birthright beauty. All right? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but how are you looking at yourself? How are you seeing yourself in the mirror with your own eyes? That is how other people are going to see you. In order for you to see yourself, if you want other people to see you as beautiful, you got to see you as beautiful. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as really loving yourself. Like, I'm talking about in there, not no top surface level shit. I'm talking about deeper than Atlantis.